And I will say, this is completely a side tangent, but I was thinking about this the other day.
Okay.
In fact, I've wrote this tweet up probably 3 or 4 different times, and I just can't find a way to articulate it. And I'm not sure I'll be able to do so here either. I am flabbergasted that Stellan Skarsgard is not in the conversation anymore.
I thought for a while I thought he was a shoo-in like Jesse Buckley was, and then that just kind of, and then all of a sudden it seemed to shift to Benicio del Toro, and now it seems to be Sean Penn. It's like there's this weird wavering effect going on, at least with Best Supporting Actor specifically.
Like, I like Sean Penn in that film. I do really like him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I would say out of the 5 here, he's a distant 5th for me.
Yeah, maybe for me as well.
Stellan Skarsgård is easily, far and away, the best performance out of those 5 for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I just can't. And again, I'm not saying that he should be winning, that this shouldn't even be a race, and that it should be all Skarsgård. I'm not saying that either.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm essentially saying, because I'm very anti-diminishing performances to raise another. So I want to be clear, that's not what I'm doing here.
Right.
As much as I'm saying, I think Skarsgård, his performance is so good that it's crazy he's not even in the conversation. Like, he should easily be in this race if not winning it.
I mean, you talk about the legacy narrative surrounding someone like Delroy Lindo. You can almost make the same argument for Stellan Skarsgård.
For Skarsgård,
well.
He's got a very similar narrative. This is his first Oscar nomination as well, I believe.
I think so. I'll double check that. But especially considering he's playing a character in a movie that is kind of all about legacy. The narrative's already baked into the movie itself. So you think it'd be a shoo-in for that reason alone.
Yes. So, I don't know how he's not a shoo-in for that. It is kind of crazy to me. But I will say this.
This is his first Oscar nomination.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. But I will say this, for whatever reason, and I will have to grapple with this, and I just don't know. I just cannot wrap my head around it. The industry generally has said, sentimental value, we like you enough, but we don't love you. We don't love you.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not just Skarsgård. The other performances in that film, well, some of them are obviously nominated here. There's three others. Like, the whole cast was nominated.
Mm-hmm.
It's in there for writing, for picture, but it's mostly thanks for coming. The losers table will be right over here. You can go ahead and take your seat because you have 0 chance of winning. Like, there's been no love for that outside of the nominations.
I feel like this happens a lot to movies that are a bit smaller scale, that feature a collective of great performances, but are mostly operating as like domestic dramas of a sort. The Academy likes to try to fill every single acting category with some performance. And let's say, I don't know, like the first movie I thought of was something like Todd Field's In the Bedroom, right? A movie that got a lot of love at Oscar night from a nomination standpoint, especially for its acting, right? But it kind of fell into that category where it's like, yeah, we like you a lot, but just not quite enough because we don't think you're going to make the same stamp as some of these other movies.
Has there ever been a movie where it got in for international feature, for screenwriting, for 4 performances?
No.
Again, the entire cast.
And
it got in for directing, Brendan. And directing as well. And of course, picture. And that film has already been discarded. It's nominated across the board in all of the top categories, and just no one gives a shit.
I hate to play the politics.
It is unreal. I just can't fathom this.
I hate to play the conspiratorial politicking game once again, and maybe this wouldn't have happened here because you have great movies like One Battle After Another and Sinners that are just worthy of the conversation, right?
Yeah.
But had Parasite not been so successful, could this have been the opportunity the Academy pushed for to say we finally awarded a foreign language film in all these ways?
I mean, maybe Parasite winning mitigates sentimental value. I just can't wrap my head around that film being so incredibly all over the board in terms of nominations. Seemingly a movie that the Academy really loves. Like, just based on what's nominated here, if Best Picture was a 5, it's in. Sentimental Value is in a 5.
Yeah.
Simply based on what's nominated here. And yet all award season has gone on, and it has not been in contention at all for months now.
Yeah.
For any, like, and it blows my mind.
I'm looking at this here. Yeah,
it blows my mind.
I hope Best Picture goes back to 5 at some point in the near future. I would love that.
They have 2 in for supporting, and they're probably bottom 2. Like, of the 5 there, like, that category is going to come down to Madigan, Mosako, and Taylor.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 that have been awarded all season long.
I agree. And sadly, like, is it
Crazy.
the double nom of Sentimental Value that canceled that movie out in that category? I don't know, but we've seen that happen before.
And again, not to downplay Madigan, Mosako, her winning has been so much fun. Love it. Teyana Taylor, the little that she's won, I love that. Like, that was my personal pick. Excuse me, was Teyana Taylor.
She's my pick of the 5.
Yeah, she's my pick of the 5 as well. But I deeply love Lilius, deeply love Elle Fanning, and really, really adore Mosako as well. So again, I'm not downplaying the 3 as much as I'm, again, just trying to elevate the sentimental value thing of, like, it feels like those 2 performances should also be in the race, and they're just not. And I can't I just can't wrap my head around it. I can't.
No, it's weird.
Skarsgård should be winning supporting, and he's just not even in. It's just strange to me. But again, going back to my original point is that there's a lot to celebrate here. Despite, like, again, if your disappointment is this really awesome film isn't in contention and it should have, but it's being dropped out because there's other awesome performances and other awesome films that are being propped up, that's incredible. It's not like Sentimental Value is being left out of the conversation because F1 is winning or Coda is winning or Green Book is winning. That's not what's happening here. Sentimental Value is being left out of the race because one battle after another and Sinners, 2 incredible films, are fighting it out at the top. I mean, this is a quintessential year for the Oscars as far as I'm concerned.
Is this the greatest crop of Best Picture nominees when there were 10 nominees, whether it be back in the 30s or starting from 2009 onward?
I don't know.
I don't have it all in front of me to say that right now, but given how strong that it is, I wouldn't be surprised if we did that research and we came back and said, yeah this is probably the strongest crop.
I think it comes close for sure, but I will say I like Begonia, F1, and Frankenstein gives me pause.
I still like those movies though. That's the thing.
I agree. I agree.
Like,
but
I'm not negative on any of these movies. Whereas in past years, maybe one might be a bit more top heavy and have maybe 2 or 3 that are more at that classic status, and then it might have a few that I actually am negative on.
Sure.
So,
and to be clear, I'm not negative on those films as all, or I'm not negative on those films either. However, those 3 are not in my top 20. I don't even think Begonia might be in my 30, but it's certainly not in my top 20.
They're not as strong as the other 7.
They're not as strong as the other 7 for sure. And that's the point that I'm ultimately trying to make. There might be another year where I look at the 10 and go, okay, a bunch of these are also in my top 10. And then the others that aren't, maybe they fall in my top 20. And so then as a group, I would feel stronger on them.
I'm starting to get really sidetracked here. I'm looking at past years now to see when we had at least like up to 10 to see how these years look.
I'd have to do that research. Yeah, I'd have to go back and look at my previous list. I don't know. That might have to be a next week kind of conversation.
This would be a fun conversation. Maybe 20. No, maybe not that. 2017 comes really close. But again, 2017 is that year where it's like you have some killer movies that are at classic status now, but then you also have the likes of 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. But it's coupled
Yeah.
with the likes of Dunkirk and Get Out and Lady Bird and Phantom Thread.
Oh, yeah.
All and like
Yeah.
those four alone, like those are 10 out of 5-star movies, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, again, I'd have to do some, maybe we can do some homework here and do this on bonus content or on next week's show, because I'd have to, it'd be an interesting exercise to go through and I guess do that ranking, you know.
I kind of want to now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll put that in our back pocket.
Yeah. Yeah. Because just looking at real quick, because I don't want to do this for every year, but just looking at that year alone, you know, Darkest Hour is kind of like in that Frankenstein territory for me. In fact, it's probably lesser
it's
than
lesser.
those other three.
It's lesser. Yeah. Like if Darkest Hour were among these, let's say 11 movies for this year, it would be my least favorite of them all.
It would be my least favorite of them all as well. But the other ones here, like Three Billboards is, again, like I like that film. I have some issues with it, but that's kind of like in that F1 territory. The rest of those, though, I do really like a lot.
Yeah, The Post is really good. I like that.
Yeah.
More minimalist Spielberg. I like that film.
I agree. So, yeah, that one comes close. That year comes close. Again, I'd have to do some research on the others.
To be continued.
At any rate, SAG, Actor Awards, whatever we're calling it now. Interesting. And look, the main reason I wanted to bring this up is just to say that I truly need someone to explain, in all sincerity, to explain to me why arrows are being slung on social media. Why is this just not an all-out celebration? I mean, I guess if you don't love Sinners, then that might have something to do with it. I don't know. But from where I stand, we're talking about two of the very, very best movies of 2025. And it should just be all celebration. Which is the whole spirit of the thing anyway.
I have more of a thought about that, but you know what? I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get in trouble.
Fair enough. Fair enough.